Yo, Joe. Talking comics, here's your host. It's A Real American Brian.
Welcome back. Let's read some more G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero. And today we're getting into issue number 12. Mike Vosberg brings us the cover, and on the cover we have some Joes in a boat. Stalker, Gung-Ho, Breaker, and Snake Eyes all bailing out as a missile is approaching. 3 strikes for Snake Eyes. Larry Hama is writing, Mike Vosberg and John D'Agostino are providing the art. Right into the action, the Joes are chasing a Nahahana video core van through San Francisco. The Joes have been tipped off that the Cobras in the van have made off with some missile guidance chips. As they come around a corner, there's a car blocking the street, but the chase goes right through it. The video core van, full of Cobra troopers, cuts the car in half and doesn't appear to have any damage done to it at all. Around the next corner, we see an older couple arguing in their Pinto as the van full of Cobras approaches. They run into the back of it, and as Pintos do, it explodes. Only one Cobra trooper makes it out. This is our first appearance of Scarface. He grabs a briefcase and runs for it. Breaker grabs him from behind, but Scarface is able to knock him into some nearby bikers. The bikers aren't too fond of being bumped into and begin pummeling Breaker. Scarlet stops to help Breaker, and Clutch takes off after Scarface. Scarface waits for Clutch around a corner and shoots him in the leg. Clutch isn't able to pursue him any further, and Scarface has got away. Scarlet shoots the earring out of one of the bikers' ears, and they jump on their bikes and leave. The Joes examine what is left of the crates from the wreck, and they see that they were headed to the Naha Trading Company in Sierra Gordo to a Senor K win. The guidance chips were hidden in the crate with a bunch of video game circuits. Back in D.C., General Flagg is talking to Hawk about the situation. Sierra Gordo is in the middle of a revolution, and the missile chips being sent there could be bad news. He wants to send a small team of Joes in. Hawk suggests Breaker, Stalker, Snake Eyes, and Gung-Ho take the mission. Breaker and Stalker approach the video game company as Snake Eyes and Gung-Ho keep eyes on them from the tree line. Dr. Venom answers the door, and Stalker tells him he wants to buy some video games. Snake Eyes recognizes Dr. Venom and jumps out of the tree line and sprints to the building, with Gung-Ho trying to keep up. Gung-Ho bumps into someone on the street, and when he sees his face, realizes that it is Scarface and begins chasing him. Dr. Venom tells Stalker he doesn't have any video games to sell. Stalker lets him know that he knows that he recently received over 100 games. Dr. Venom tells him he could only know that if he was working for Cobra or with G.I. Joe, and he is certain that he isn't working for Cobra. Cobra guards storm the room. The Joes take cover behind a table. They call for the heavy machine gun, but as it is being carried down the hall, Snake Eyes takes out the Cobras carrying it. Gung-Ho and Snake Eyes enter the room and tell all the Cobras to throw their weapons on the ground. Just as the Joes are trying to walk out with Dr. Venom, someone shoots all the weapons out of their hands. It is Quinn. He's back. He has a standoff with Snake Eyes, telling him that the reason he didn't disarm him is because he already knows that his weapons magazine is empty. Snake Eyes drops his weapon. Quinn takes all the Joes except Snake Eyes to the boat. Dr. Venom wants to talk to Snake Eyes. He is still upset that Snake Eyes made him look bad in Springfield and hits him a few times with the butt of his gun. One of the Cobra troopers checks Snake Eyes and reports he has no pulse and isn't breathing. They put Snake Eyes' body in the warehouse and just before boarding the boat, set the warehouse on fire. As the boat is floating away, the smoke reminds Dr. Venom of a ninja temple from Snake Eyes' memories, and he remembers that he knows the ninja technique of controlling his heartbeat and breathing. He lives! Snake Eyes is on fire and kicks his way out of the burning building. Still tied up and on fire, he runs through the streets. His mask is completely burned off. Some citizens see his face and are horrified. He jumps into the river to put the fire out. Quinn discusses his contract with Cobra. As soon as the chips are loaded onto the plane and it is in the air, his contract is fulfilled. Quinn and Dr. Venom are arguing, and Quinn stops him with, "Do you wish to peer deeper into the true heart of darkness? Do you fear what you will find there?" As that is going on, the Joes see some rats and put Breaker's gum on their ropes so that the rats would chew on it and help to free them. Snake Eyes pulls himself out of the water onto a boat, and the boat's owner is horrified by him, calls him a river demon, and jumps into the water. Snake Eyes takes the boat, turns around, and heads towards his friends. The Cobras have made it to the small island with the plane and meet up with the Baroness. They aren't worried about Snake Eyes. He is unarmed and burned. They have 3 Cobra commandos, a missile-firing seaplane, an armored bunker surrounded by concertina wire, and a pair of vicious Dobermans. They enter the bunker to complete the transaction, leaving the Cobra commandos to watch the prisoners. Breaker recognizes the Cobra officer going into the bunker as the man that shot Clutch in San Francisco. Snake Eyes comes out of the water again, eliminating one of the guards, while Gung Ho is able to break free of his rat-chute ropes and take out the remaining guards. Snake Eyes frees the other Joes, but pushes them onto the boat. They must continue the mission. He is going to take care of the Cobras on the island. The Joes start the boat and leave with the chips. Dr. Venom is discussing a virus strain he is putting into a case that is harmless, unless combined with the serum that is also in the case. They must never touch each other. Quinn hears Snake Eyes and starts firing out of the bunker. Quinn kicks the door open and sees that Snake Eyes is gone, and he has freed the other Joes, and they have taken the boat. Baroness tells Scarface to bring the virus, and they will escape in the seaplane. Quinn stays back to hunt Snake Eyes. The seaplane shoots a missile down at the boat full of Joes, and it explodes. Dr. Venom is sneaking up on Quinn when Snake Eyes jumps down on him, taking him out. Quinn lets him know that the chips have been destroyed and the Baroness is in the plane with the virus, so his contract has been fulfilled, as Snake Eyes continues to beat the crap out of Dr. Venom. The Joes from the boat are floating in the river, and they see the Baroness turn the plane back, headed for the island. Quinn sees the missiles coming for them and lunges at Snake Eyes and Dr. Venom, trying to get them into the bunker. The Joes in the river watch it all go down, and the entire island is vaporized. It looks like Snake Eyes has died. That is issue 12. The Joes go to Sierra Gordo for the first time and run into our old friend Quinn. What an adventure, and ending on a cliffhanger like that. How can anyone survive that kind of an attack? My favorite panel from this issue is Dr. Venom putting the pieces together and figuring out that Snake Eyes is alive. Such a great image. Fosberg did a great job showing all the frustration from the Doctor. And that is another issue down. I'm going to give this issue 4 flag points. A fun adventure with some references to stories from previous issues and a huge cliffhanger ending. That is issue 12. Knowing is half the battle, and now you know. Subscribe so you don't miss out on the next video where we dive into issue 13 and find out if anyone on that island survived.
You've been watching a Real American Brian production in association with the letters G, I, and JOE.